You know, a lot of people argue over whether Han shot first or Greedo shot first, but the truth is, it was a thumb wrestling competition. It was right there in the cantina. It was wild and crazy. And now you can do it at home yourself just by folding this easy Greedo and even easier Han Foldo. This is May the 4th, 2021, and I'm your host, Tom Engelberger, it's me, everybody. Hi, how you doing? I'm the guy that wrote The Strange Case of Origami Yoda and made R2-D2's Guide to Folding and Doodling. Wrote some other Star Wars books, and I've got this new DJ Funkyfoot out now. But when I'm not writing books, I like to make some origami. So let's get started. We're going to need a piece of white paper for Han Foldo, a piece of green paper for Greedo. Now, if you don't have a green piece of green paper, just use another piece of white paper and have a magic marker and color them in green. In fact, I've got some magic markers here. I'm going to need a green and a black and an orange. So see what you got. You also want to have some scissors and some Scotch tape. All right, is everybody ready? Well, let's get started. Let's do Han Foldo first because he is nice and easy. All right, let's go ahead and do Han Foldo first. Now, he's super easy. You're just going to fold down to make his head separate from his body, like that. And then you're going to fold down again to show you where his hair is. By the way, sorry my hands are such a mess. You know, got a lot of art projects going on and stuff here. So there you go. There's his hair, his head, and his body. Now, this is a good time to stop for a second and do a little decorating. We're going to grab our black magic marker and we're going to color in his hair. Now, he's not going to be this wide, so you don't have to do the whole thing. Just color this in right here like this. Okay, that'll just make it a little easier to do later. And use the edge of that paper so you can get to the side without messing up his face. And then down below, we're going to lift this up and we're going to draw his vest. So draw a line here and a line there. But we'll let the part in the middle be his white shirt. And then we'll color in on either side of it. Like this. All right. Now remember, this isn't great art. This is a thumb wrestling finger puppet. So it does not have to be perfect by any means. All right. There we go. Like that. Now, you might be wondering about his hair. It looks a little straight. So what we're going to do here is we're going to give him a little bit of a hairstyle. We're going to bend one side down at a little bit of an angle like this. We may need to color in some more of the hair when we're done here. We cut that one down at an angle, and then we do the other one down at an angle too, and we're going to try to get him so he looks a little more stylish. There, he looks a little more stylish now, don't you think? And there's a little flap here. See if you can get that flap to just lay flat right in the middle. All right, now that we know where that is, I'm just going to go ahead and touch that up. There we go. He's all ready to go now. He's done. Well, almost done. Just two more folds. You're going to fold one side over like that to the edge of his vest there, and the other side over like to the edge of his vest there. All right, now you just need to give him a smirk and a little bit of a more menacing look than normal because he is about to battle his arch enemy Greedo. So let's now I like to keep things pretty simple, as you know. So I don't do anything fancy. There's no way I can draw something that looks like Harrison Ford. So just a little smirk and a grin there. Little Han Solo swagger, and we've got Han Foldo. So before we go on though, let's just show you on the back here, a little piece of tape is going to make this thing work as a finger puppet a lot better. So just grab a piece of tape and just put it back here like that. And now you can put your thumb inside there and he'll be a good finger puppet. I used to think Greedo would be too hard to do because he's got a bunch of unusual features. He's got the snout, he's got the ears, and he's got ears, whatever those things are on top. He's got a lot of parts. But then after I started making the Animal Crossing figures, I thought, hey, I could probably use the same method to make Greedo. So let's give that a shot. Now, we are going to be doing some cutting here. So if you're an origami purist, you may want to step away. We are going to make 2 cuts. Okay, that makes it kirigami, but I think it's worth it. First cut. Okay, I'm sorry. First, I forgot to tell you, I was talking. You're going to fold your paper in half like that. Okay, then you're going to go down here to the bottom, and you're going to make a cut about like that. Exactly how big is it? I don't know exactly. It's about 1 centimeter here and about 3 centimeters up, but it doesn't have to be exactly that, okay? It can be just in that ballpark somewhere. Okay, then you're going to turn the paper around this way, and you're going to make another cut over here on the side, and this cut is going to be a little more narrow and a little longer, so maybe 5 centimeters up like that. So now we've got 2 little flaps down here and 1 flap up here. Let's see how we're going to use that to make Greedo. So we open this up, and the first thing we're going to do is fold 1 corner back like this. See how that goes? Okay, 1 corner like that. And then we fold another corner like this. Okay, in fact, you may even start to think that looks enough like Greedo. Look at that. Look, that already looks a little bit like a Greedo. I've actually tried to fold it that way. It gets a little complicated, but the result is pretty good. But for now, we're going to stick with this easier method. Now we've got this. We're going to go up to this corner up here. We're going to fold that over like that. Okay, can you see that pretty clearly? And then you're going to fold the other one over like that. So we've made a little triangle up here. We made slanted sides there. That's going to help, that's going to give us that little proboscis there that he's got. Is that what they call it? I don't know. Now you're going to fold all the way in half so that the proboscis comes all the way down to the bottom. And fold that nice across the top there. And go ahead, it'll just help you. Go ahead and fold that proboscis up. That's going to be his little snout there. Greedo's little snout. Okay, I was pretty pleased with the way that worked out. So, there we go. Now we've got this. Now let's flip this over. The same way that we folded Han Foldo into thirds, we're going to do this. You want to fold so that it comes a little over halfway across, just a little bit, and then fold the other one over. If you've been doing origami with me for a while, you've done this a million times. Okay, you just fold one side over, and then you fold the other side over. Let's see how that looks from the front. Okay, I'm fairly satisfied with that. Fairly satisfied. Okay, now, crease all that down real good. Give that a good crease. Okay, now here's the Animal Crossing method that I use. It is useful for a lot of other stuff other than just Animal Crossing. But if you haven't seen it before, it can be a little funky. So let's just try that. You're going to slip your thumb up under there and sort of poof that out a little bit. And then it's real easy to grab that corner and pull it out to the side. And you're actually going to pull it all the way out, and you're going to crease it down like this. And you want it to come out here so these two lines run right along with each other, and it almost meets in a point. But don't bother making it into an actual point. Leave that little gap there. That'll actually be useful later. Okay, let me show you that again. Since might be a new fold for some people, let me show you that again. You put your thumb under there and sort of poof it up a little bit. And then you can pull it out to the side. Let me show you what that looks like from the front. It's going to look like this. It's going to look kind of like Max Rebo, if you ever folded Max Rebo with me. Okay, like that. And you squash all that down good, and you should have this like this. Okay, and now we're going to do the other side. You have to just flip that flap out to the top. These little cut pieces can be a little frustrating sometimes, but they'll be all right. Don't worry if they get mangled. So put your thumb in there so you can poof it out a little bit. And now you can just take that corner, pull it way out to the side, and squash it down flat. Way out here like that. Let's see, is that in focus now? Sorry about the focus, folks. There we go. I think that's pretty good. Yeah, that's good. Now, don't worry about that flap there. We'll be taking care of that in a minute. Now, what you want to do is fold. See how Greedo's head is just out a little bit farther than his body. So fold that back like that. Make that a nice firm fold. And on the other side too. Okay. It doesn't have to be anything fancy. It's just straight down. Like that. Okay. Now, to make his ears, that little flap you just folded back, you're going to just pull that out. How far do you pull it out? Well, pull it out until it looks like a Greedo ear. Just like that. I'll show you how that looks from the back. You took that flap and you just folded it out a little bit and you fiddle with it until you get it in a place that looks good. All right, there you go. What do you think of that? Do it on the same thing on the other side. And we've got Greedo's other ear. All right, now all we need to do is worry about the little stuff up on his, oops, his proboscis got messed up. Snout. What do you call that? I should look that up in the encyclopedia, in the Wikipedia, and find out what they call that. All right, now let's flip this over. These little flaps that we cut earlier, you may have guessed, are going to become his little antenna kind of things. Have them so they're sticking way up. You just fiddle with them until they get in place. If it doesn't go up far enough, just go ahead and pull on it, tear it a little extra. Okay? Important to get it sticking way up so that it looks good. Let's see what happened to the other one. Let's see if we can wrangle that out of there. And yeah, it could use a little pulling so that it's sticking up a little bit. Like this one. Well, we'll see how this looks from the front. So what we're going to do now is just wrangle them until they look good. It might take a little wrangling. You're going to fold these tips down like that. Now when you fold it back over, you're going to, I had to put it down to do this, fold each one of those little rectangle things in half, and this will be your chance to make sure you get that guy in the right place. All right. Hey, while we're back here, and before we flip it over, since we're having trouble keeping these in the same place, let's go ahead and slap down a piece of tape. And hopefully the piece of tape will go over down here and up there both. Let's see if we can do that. Okay. If you have a little gap here, you can always put an extra piece of paper in there to fill the gap. But this one didn't need that. Let me get my thumb in there and make sure it works. All right. What is going on with this guy's little noodly things up top here? Never seen anything like it. All right. Well, that'll have to do for now. I can fix this later with some tape if I need to. With some more tape. We're going to have a lot of tape on this thing by the time we're done. All right. Now it's just time to decorate this guy. As you can see, he's got two big round eyes, a bunch of freckles, and a little orange vest. Let's just sketch this out real quick. It probably won't be as good as the first one we did, but we'll just sketch this out real quick. He's got a little vest. Oh, your vest looks so good, Greedo. You're looking good today. And then two big circles. Draw a little circle inside of each one and then color that in. All right, and now give him some freckles. Or they're really gross when you look at him up close from the actual movie stills. He's pretty grody little guy. He didn't last long in the show, but man, I sure enjoyed him when I was a kid. He was one of my favorite parts of the whole movie. All right, so here we go. Yeah, it's funny that I've gone all this time without folding one of my favorite characters. Just because I thought it would be too hard, but I don't think that was too hard. Do you? No, that wasn't hard at all. We took care of that pretty easily. So let's see if it works. We get Greedo on one thumb. And we get Han Foldo on the other thumb. And we're going to lock our fingers together and have a little thumb battle. Are you ready? It's a little easier with two people to have a thumb battle, I'll be frank. Here they go. Oh no, Greedo won. It changes all of Star Wars history. What a nightmare. Well, folks, if you enjoyed making that, check out my book, R2-D2's Guide to Folding and Doodling. It's full of stuff. And I've also got a lot of other YouTube videos with how to fold about 30 different Star Wars characters. Some of them are easy, some of them are a little tricky, but I know you can handle them. So check them out. And have fun. And when you make something cool, send it in to me at origamiyoda www.cantinashow.com. Thanks a lot, everybody. This has been Tom Engelberger saying happy May the 4th, and may the books be with you always. See you next time, everybody.